Welcome to Elements of an Author Service Provider Contract, Part 1. Keep in mind I'm not a lawyer, so this is just my perspective as someone who provides these contracts. The first element we're going to talk about is the scope of work. Setting the scope of work is super important if you're working with an author service provider. This allows both of you to have an understanding of the services being provided and paid for. Sometimes you might decide later that you need something that's not within that scope, and then you add something to a project called an addendum. And an addendum, just like a contract, is something that you sign to say, hey, we've changed the scope of work and this is how it's changed. Scope of work is going to detail the things that are going to be provided, deliverables. It often also includes timelines, and that can be very helpful when you're kicking off a project and wanting to set up some kind of timeline, and that helps you create a boundary for your processes and create a good schedule for what you're doing next with your book. Every contract should have a scope of work. I definitely think this helps set a good foundation and sets you up for success. Follow along for part 2.